afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Winmau TV. And here we are with the former champion of the world, the bronze Adonis himself, Steve Beaton. Steve, first of all, how are you keeping during lockdown?
Not too bad. It's not easy for everybody. Everybody's in the same situation. I'm fortunate. I've got a garden and that lot. I know a lot of people, haven't got that room. Maybe in a flat or apartment or something. So I'm lucky that way. And also the weather's been good. So I've been out on my bike as well, cycling up to the beach and back. So yeah, not too bad at all.
This must be the most amount of time you've spent at home for one period for a long, long time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's funny, really. Yeah. I mean, the first couple of weeks was like, oh yeah, and then you start thinking now about, are you ever going to get out and play darts again and tournaments and things like that. So yeah, the first few weeks were all right, and now I'm getting the same as everybody else, really, a bit housebound now.
Obviously, you've had a long, glittering career. Is this the strangest time that you've ever known during this career?
Yeah, I've never known anything like it. It's one of these things. You'd never expect. And it's, you can't really understand the effects it's having on everything. It's like the economy, and it could take years to get back. To where we were before. It's quite shocking, really.
Obviously, as well, for pros like yourself and everything like that, for the people that don't understand, you're all self-employed, aren't you? So with no darts mean that a lot of the guys aren't earning any money either.
No, and I mean, it's not just tournaments. I do exhibitions and things like that. So that's how I generate money as well. But even after the lockdown now, I don't think I'm going to be rushing to get into a packed pub or anything like that. I think it's going to be a while before everything starts getting back to normal.
Obviously, it's not just darts that's affected; it's all sporting organisations and bodies. But the PDC have been brilliant, have they? With the PDPA talking to the players and communicating everything that's going on all the time.
Yeah, I think it's been very good. Everybody's fortunate to have money. You can't. Like we say, we're not earning anything, and some people, could be struggling really bad, and they have put the hand out and said, if anybody really needs it, to come and see us and that lot. And also, just having their support there is good, for all the players.
Obviously, as well, we know you're playing this evening, but you've also done one trial run in the PDC darts at home. You've played in many arenas, all the best up and down. But what was it like playing against someone in your own living room and they're the other side of the country or even the world at some point?
Well, the one we did about 3 or 4 weeks ago with Nathan and Bunting and Klassen, I mean, it was we had a good laugh actually, and I didn't think this home tour would start. It was only a couple of days later they said, "Oh, we're going to do the home tour now," and yeah, we had a good laugh as you play it. You're still playing seriously, but you're having a chin wag and just having a laugh and a joke. So, and people watching it seemed to enjoy it as well, which was good.
I know you've said before you've never been the biggest practicer in the world in recent years, but have you still been ticking over at home?
Yeah, I suppose. I can't lie, can I? Oh no, I'm not the biggest practicer. No. I mean, it's funny. You think I'd be practicing more, but I do try to do an hour a day. And
yeah.
That hour can take me ages to do. But yeah, I still try to keep your hand in. You've got to keep your hand in because after all this is finished, we're all going to have to start playing again. And even tonight, when I play tonight, I want to win. I'm not playing just to make the numbers up. So yeah, I'll be having another practice later on today now.
As a player, is that a concern for you that when we all do come back and tournaments do start, where your game is actually going to be?
Yeah, I mean, how do you mean? How it's going to be, you mean? Or...
No, how your game's going to be, obviously, because when you come back with no competitive tournament play, you're going to be lacking that match sharpness. So do you think it's going to take a while for you to get back into personally?
Yeah, I think it'd be the same for everybody. I mean, it's going to be strange that you haven't played anything competitive. I mean, it could be another few months before we actually get a competitive match and start the tour again. And 4 or 5 months away from not playing competitive, is going to make a bit of difference, not just to me, but to everybody. I think everybody's going to find it a bit strange. Hopefully, I think everybody just get back into it, But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it turns out.
I think most people, like you just said, when we do come back, that maybe the overall standard of the competitive nature will dip slightly because everyone's been out of the loop. How long, as a player, do you think it will take to get back to where the bar was before we finished?
In standard wise,
Yeah,
I think everybody. No, I don't think it'll take long to get back up again. I mean, most of the professionals, you know, they're practicing at home, like, you know, keeping themselves active, and I think, you know, it's just when will there be a TV tournament? You know, I think that's the biggest question really. Is when are they going to allow like a couple of thousand people to gather together to watch a darts match? You know, I think it's time more than anything at the moment.
talking about a lot of talk about other sports going behind closed doors. I know Matt Porter and Barry Hearn said they don't want to do that, but if they have to, will that be strange? So we have to go to the Winter Gardens and play the match play, but with no fans. Would that be really strange for a player playing up on a big stage in a huge arena with no one in it?
It would be weird, very very weird. You know, I mean, it'd be I don't know how it'd be really. It'd be just like you'd be just like lost in this big arena, wouldn't you? You know, I think. I mean, it's. I mean, no, this isn't the same. But you know, playing at home, even in your room against players, you know, it's still a match. You know, and he's still under pressure to play. So it's because somebody asked me, he says, "Oh, do you get nervous because you're playing at home?" Well, yeah. When he says game on, you still get nervous. You still want to win. You still want to play. So yeah, it would be interesting. I mean, you know, behind closed doors or not. I mean, it'd be very strange to play up, say, the Winter Garden stage. You know, in that big arena and on that stage and looking up and nobody's around. It'd be well weird. Yeah.
Have the PDC had any contact with the players as well about the ranking systems at the moment? Obviously, because where there's no tournaments, ranking money technically is still dropping off everyone's ranking, but there's no tournaments. Is that a worry for yourself and things like that? Obviously, you're in the top 32, so you're in a very nice position. But when we come back, do you think something has to be done to address maybe the balance for the ranking?
I'm sure Barry and Matt will do it proper. I mean, there's no way they can just take your money off that you've earned a year ago, because obviously you do like a rolling yearly
Yeah.
order of merit for the Pro Tours, the European, and you know you can't just take 3 or 4 months off from last year and not be able to defend them. So they've obviously got to come up with some way of tackling that situation where you know, because if somebody hasn't done very well 4 or 5 months a year ago, they're suddenly going to move straight up the ladder. So there's got to be a way of doing it. I mean, I thought maybe from the last tournament everything could have just got frozen. Your position stays where it was from there, and then reevaluate it when it starts again.
Obviously, as well, your own career, it's been a glittering career, but you've hibernated in the PDC top 32 now for so long. What's the secret of your longevity of just staying in and around the very best players in the world?
I've just always kept to a simple game. I think I'm a rhythm player. I've never changed my game very much at all, really. If you watch me years from 30 years ago, I'm still throwing about the same way. Maybe I've changed slightly. Um, and I've been fortunate as well. You know, I mean, I get bad back, bad arms. You know, I'm getting old now, but you just got to get on with it. You know, it's one of them things, and you know, you just got to put up with it. But because I'm more of a rhythm player, I think you know that's helped me over the years, really.
As well, with obviously everyone in lockdown, everyone's going through the archives and dragging up the best games that they've ever seen and everything like that. And I'm not going to lie, obviously, I do some research and I was looking back into the little rivalry you had in the mid to late 90s with Richie Burnett. And there were some unbelievable games. I know the standards moved on, but considering technology has as well, some of those games you had with Richie, especially at the Lakeside, were up there with some of the very best we've seen.
Oh yeah, I'm good friends with Richie as well. You know, I've got plenty of time for Richie. I think he did a lot for the sport, and even I remember the time when I won it. His first words to me, "Well done, mate. You know, you enjoy the year, and you know I had a lovely year, and you go and enjoy it this year." You know, really nice fella, and yeah, I mean he won it the year before me, and for me to take it off him was was funny really, because him being Welsh, my mum was Welsh, so it was quite a strange one, Wales versus England, but yeah, I mean they were fun memories, they were.
obviously you played on all the best stages in the world, but is Lakeside still up there with the very best, like memories wise and everything that goes with the Lakeside? Because obviously there's no competitive darts there at the moment.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. I remember first playing at the Lakeside, you know, and I think in '93 I should have won the Worlds then, and you know maybe I could have won it more than once, 2 or 3 times. I think. I mean, even the year after I won it, I lost in the semis to Marshall James, and then he lost to Les Wallace. I thought that year I could have won it again. But yeah, I have many good memories there, and the problem with the Lakeside, the venue was getting smaller. I mean, what we've got now with Ali Pali is just unbelievable. You know, 5,000 6,000 people there now, and it just shows how darts has grew, and you know how you can fill auditoriums like that. You know.
As well, someone that came through the system, played County and then or Super League County and then onto the Lakeside. Does it sadden you the way the BDO has gone? Because it's almost as if like the amateur game isn't there for players anymore to come through the system, is it?
No, and I think you do need a way of coming through. I'm sure that's why Barry was thinking of, you know, of trying to take them on and you know keeping it going, because you do need a way of coming through. And you know, I used to like enjoy playing for the county and things like that and going around the country. So there is still a need for all that, you know, and it'd be nice if something could get sorted and it could carry on.
Steve, it's an absolute pleasure talking to you here for Winmau during the lockdown on Lockdown TV, as we're calling it, and we wish you all the very best for your darts at home with the PDC tonight, mate.
All right, cheers. Thanks a lot.
Cheers, Steve. Thank you very much as always.
Cheers, mate. All the best. Bye.